beautiful people. What's up, family? Yes, it is I, Jubilee, also known as many other things. I had to change my name on here again because I'm going to be using Native Soul for my spiritual wellness business instead. And I might make another YouTube. I don't know, but I just wanted to come on here and talk to you all about like where I am, because if you've been with me for a certain amount of time, like you know that this YouTube channel shows my growth and my evolution. And oh, don't mind the outfit. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna take a nap after this or if I'm gonna work out. So I just have like, you know, all the possibilities going at one time. Hello, person that just said hi to me. Yeah, so anyway, I'm talking to you today about like what am I gonna do next, because you already know I love talking, and you know I love knowledge, and I seek wisdom, I yearn it, I meditate on it. And as you also know, I'm not where I was last year when it comes to like things that I want to talk about. And I understand that that is disappointing for a lot of people, but at the same time, I really am focusing on my health. The Hebrew Israelite movement was the most toxic phase of my life so far. Well, let's just say of my life, because I'm never going to let anything like that steal my peace, my joy, my confidence, my community. I'm not letting that happen ever again. And what is in my pockets? Oh, crystals, of course. So all that to say is I need to take care of myself. And if coming on here and explaining myself all the time, which is my own doing because I constantly want to be understood and known just like all of you, I just, I share my business. I put my business out there too much to the point where like it's easy for me to get hurt. And if you know anything about astrology, I am a Sagittarius woman, and we are very fiery. We love to teach. We love the expansive knowledge. We have this passion for higher learning and philosophical ideas. And at the same time, I'm a Cancer ascendant or Cancer rising, which means I am very sensitive and nurturing, and like I am tough, but at the same time, like I do have a soft spot, so I don't want to come back on this YouTube channel and talk about the things that I'm learning spiritually, like with the spirituality that I am in, if I'm expected for people to like just be rude. I don't need that in my life, and that stresses me out, and that has caused a lot of health problems at a very young age, and that's no way for anyone to live. And I'm talking to anybody else out there who has also been through religious abuse and spiritual abuse. Like, that is real, and just affirming that. And I'm working on building a business on how to take care of those who also have been spiritually and religiously abused as like myself, but I have to heal myself first. But all that to say is, been deep diving into healing my inner child. I realized that because my parents are big international preachers, I felt that pressure to have to be someone who preaches the Bible as well, because I understood it and believed it and lived it so well. At the same time, I'm really at this point where I'm questioning, who am I? Like, not who is Jubilee, the daughter of so and so and so and so, these preachers, but who is Jubilee as Jubilee, as my own self. And I don't know if I just like kept preaching and stuff because I felt that pressure, but now I need to figure out like, what do I want to do? Like, I literally am a musician. Like, I play a lot of instruments, I produce music, I do poetry, and that stuff feels very free to me. But when I come back to this YouTube channel, I can feel very tense. And I know that I'm still processing the trauma, but the things that happen like outside of YouTube, but that had to do with what I was saying on YouTube, like I just have burned so many bridges on this journey, and it hurts me to think about like how many connections in communities that I had are now burned to the ground because of the fire that I was putting out, because I religiously believed that I had the mandate to literally tell everybody that they were serving a false idol and that they have to do this and have to do that, and because I believed it. But religion is something that does tear people apart, and people aren't noticing it because they're so focused on like the reward that they might get if they do this and do that. But at the end of the day, if you do your research, you will see that there is only one. There is only one divine. And that one divine has many ways of expressing itself. And so many different ancient civilizations and cultures really have been using metaphors, imagery, story to convey their message and their understanding of the divine. And at the end of the day, it's the same thing. And that's something that I had to come to terms with, and I still am coming to terms with it. And yeah, so I just wanted to show you all some resources that you can use to further your research. And I'm talking to all the truth seekers. I'm not talking to the naysayers or the ones who want to be stuck in their ways. I'm done talking to you all, actually. Besides wishing you peace and blessing you on your journey, I'm talking to those who are hungry for knowledge, those who are thirsty for the truth, those who want to feed their spirit with life, you know. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be teaching like on this topic right now because I am doing some inner healing, a lot of it, but that doesn't stop me from sharing the books that I have with you so you can do your own research. This is your journey. Right off the bat, I would say read the 48 Laws of Power. Even though it's not talking about religion specifically, you can definitely see a lot of these laws and these rules that have been used by people who have oppressed others with religion, and how the overall system and matrix of today's society really does try to keep our minds held back. And they use these things against us in politics, especially in religious settings. And it's just absolutely disgusting of the control, the greed, and the way that indigenous and native cultures have been severed from their connection with the divine because of religion. And it's very sad. But 48 Laws of Power, The Christ Conspiracy, the greatest story ever sold. This breaks down piece by piece of how the Bible, from front to back, from cover to cover, Old Testament to New Testament, is pure astrology and plagiarized, borrowed myth from ancient civilizations that came before the writing of the Bible. The Bible is a very young book compared to all the information that is in it. It has taken and grabbed a lot of information, like all of it literally, from earlier civilizations that understood the stars, that understood astrology, that understood the planets, and they made these images and characters that we have held as truth, as real people who historically existed. But this book right here has legit proof. When I say proof, like this woman that wrote this went off. Like if I weren't religiously abused, I feel like I would write something like this, and maybe in the future, like when I'm healed, I will. But it talks about even, you know, the Hebrews, the Israelites, and the myth of the monotheism, and just all the moon deities and things like that they worshipped in history. So like it's just so much. But it also shows the Bible and the patriarchs, and just the historical accounts are so weak for their existence. The gospel story that has been repeated again and again from Egypt to Mesopotamia to Persia to all these great civilizations that came before Christianity. If you want hardcore facts, you read this and your eyes will be open as to why Jesus is called the Son. He's the S-O-N, but in reality, it's just an interpretation of the S-U-N. And he's the center of it. These 12 astrological signs are the 12 tribes of Israel, as well as the 12 disciples that really didn't exist. But see, look, for instance, like Mary, Virgo, virgin. You see how she's like, the M looks like it's pregnant with the little fish looking thing. Well, interestingly enough, when you read the Bible, Mary gives birth to Yeshua, Jesus, whatever you want to call him, whatever fits and floats your boat. But he's a Pisces. He's in the age of Pisces, which is all about belief. And he is symbolized by the two fish. And then Judas is Scorpio. Where's the scorpion? I can't read it from here. Scorpion, he backbites JC. And then you got Leo, the lion. Then JC's supposed to be the Lion of Judah. It's real deep, y'all. It's real deep. But get this book along with it if you want to dig deeper into all of the ancient civilizations that have had a sun god or son of God birthed by a virgin, and who dies and resurrects and does miracles. This story has literally been repeated over and over again, but just in this time, we call it JC or Buddha or Krishna or whatever. But there's many, many sun deities, many sons of God that, yeah, like this book is crazy, y'all. Look, like they literally have artifacts of all the civilizations that have the same exact message. So go ahead and check that out, Sons of God. And then if you want to also look at the symbolism that you see in Christianity, in religion, get this book, Signs and Symbols Sourcebook. You learn about, everybody thinks this eye is evil because we see it on the back of the dollar. The people who rule this world understand symbols. They understand the laws of the universe, and they use it against us. And they use it in a way where they create dark magic and black magic to control the masses. And so if you know these symbols, you can easily see how Christianity, like the symbols in the Bible and Christianity that you see everywhere, they are rooted in pagan practices. So literally, like, just get it. Oh, speaking of, haha. So the eye comes from the Eye of Horus, which is rooted in Egypt, but that just is representing like the all-seeing eye, which we have, which is our pineal gland. I'm not going to be teaching right now. I just can't really help it. It is in my blood. But get this book. You will be surprised as to how many symbols you deem as holy that are actually pagan, and they're used in pagan practices. And then finally, these are uplifting books. If you are not really interested in looking at like what came from what, and you just want to skip that part and jump right into your spirituality or your healing, I would suggest these two books. This book, Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza, talks about how all these people are able to heal their mind, or heal their body with their mind. And a lot of people in church, we learn to pray to something that is outside of us, but there's literally science now that proves that that divine energy is inside of us. And the New Testament, the Old Testament, it mentions it, but at the same time, then it demonizes people really tapping into their power. For instance, JC is the symbol of divine, or the Most High God, being incarnated as a human being, and he doesn't die. Like, he's literally a spiritual being, an eternal spiritual being having a temporary human experience. That's what we are. That is the truth. That's why so many people connect and run to the Bible, because they do have truths, but they mix it with other things that contradict it. So if we in fact are divine beings and we have access to this healing just like this, no matter what name we call on, we can be healed. Or if you don't call on the name, you can be healed. That's proof. It's literally studied and proven. It raises questions as to why, the Bible really demonizes people who follow their intuition, who follow their gut, trust the Lord, and, someone separate from us. with all your heart and lean not into your own understanding. Don't focus on what you know. But anyway, there's proof that you can heal yourself. I've healed myself from a disease before because I've meditated. I don't have a gluten intolerance anymore because I've meditated. Literally breathing, breath in Hebrew, or the spirit, is ruach. And ruach, or the spirit, means life force or breath. And so when you literally take time to deeply breathe from your diaphragm, your body heals itself. And hey, it's not a coincidence that the you know what virus has to do with the breath. And they want to not have you breathe because they know that that is your life force. That is your connection to the divine. But I won't talk about that anymore right now. And finally, if you want to read this sweet bald-headed man, he also has proof with how you can literally manifest what you want. Manifestation is praying, or it's believing that something will happen. And when you put your belief in something, it becomes your truth, and that manifests itself into reality. And you even can read that in the Bible, because the Bible takes these ancient teachings from way back and then incorporate that with scripture by putting names that we then put our belief in the names instead of the actual things that they're teaching, which don't even come directly from the Bible. They come from before the Bible. If anybody else is really interested in digging in, literally deconstructing every single part of the Bible to see like where it comes from in a factual way, I will leave a link, or you can email me at truthseekers2019@gmail.com, and I will personally send you a PDF. It is 636 pages. It's kind of overwhelming. However, these authors, these people gathered so much of the information, all the facts that show that the Bible is a fabricated book. And if you are into something like that, there's 636 pages of proof waiting for you. Of course, this document has been suppressed many times because if people find out that what they have been conditioned and indoctrinated to believe, then the system is over and people will start manifesting what their dream life is. Like, they will start living where they want to live. They'll be healthy. They'll be happy. They will not be easily controlled. And that is the worst nightmare of the Matrix, of the evil ones. So if you're interested in that document, I'll let you know. It was written and gathered in 1882, so it's kind of weird to read. But other than that, I really love you guys. I really want to be assured that this is a safe place for me to speak my mind, even though I'm not preaching the Bible in that way. Like, I want to genuinely be loved for who I am, not for someone who just gives knowledge or someone who preached this in the past. Like, I want to be seen and acknowledged and loved as myself, just like I want to be seen, or to see you and acknowledge you as a person. So please be patient with me. I'm dealing with a lot. Good things, but undoing a lot of conditioning. And yeah, I don't know where I'm going to take. I don't know where I'm going to take this YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to leave it and then start a whole nother YouTube for those who are open-minded, where I feel safe and I know that I'm not going to be like bullied or put down or criticized or like, you need to repent, blah, 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 like how I would do other people. Because I'm in a good place spiritually. I just really need that space to know that I'm going to be supported in this journey, because I've supported so many people in their journey. Now it's my turn. I do need that support. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to see me keep talking about what I know now and just living my life, or if you feel like I need to just start another channel where people can also be safe to question without the Hebrew Israelite movement wrath or the Christian rapture sermon invading into the peace of a space that I want to create for people. So please let me know, okay? I love you. I really do. And I thank you for walking this journey for me. I'm very humbled by it. And yeah, let's continue to heal and grow. And I Love you. Please, again, let me know if this channel is something that will be interesting to you, even if I'm not speaking about the Bible and all the triggering topics. Because I want to talk about other things, about health and fun. Like, I'm so fun. And this religion has taken so much away from me, and I'm constantly being restored every day. So, yeah, okay. I'm done talking because I can talk a lot. But you know that. All right. I love you. Thanks. Shout out to the 5, 6, 7 people who stayed on here the whole time. And the rest, I love you too. Okay, bye.